This is the slide of pituitary gland, also called as hypophysis cerebri. Hypo means below, physis means growth, cerebri means brain. So, underneath the brain, this pituitary gland it secretes various hormones, stimulating hormones. Now, coming to the identifying features of pituitary gland, it has an outer connective tissue capsule, and pituitary gland has three parts: anterior part, that is called as pars anterior or adenohypophysis; posterior part, that is called as pars posterior or neurohypophysis; and an intermediate part, that is called as pars intermedia. Now you can easily see that this anterior part and this posterior part, they have different histology, because the embryonic development of this adenohypophysis or pars anterior is different, and the embryonic development or embryonic origin of this pars posterior or neurohypophysis is different. This anterior part or pars anterior or adenohypophysis, it is developed from an outpocketing of the pharyngeal roof, and that ultimately detached from the oral cavity. It is called as Rathke's pouch. So this adenohypophysis, it is developed from outpouching or outpocketing from the oral cavity, that is called as Rathke's pouch. And this pars posterior or neurohypophysis, it is developed from downgrowth from developing brain, that is called as diencephalon. And these two separately developed structure, they unite to form a single gland, that is called as pituitary gland or hypophysis cerebri. Now this adenohypophysis, it has three divisions. The majority of the part of this adenohypophysis is called as pars distalis, the part that lies near the neural stalk and surrounds it, that is called as pars tuberalis. And the third one is pars intermedia, that lies between this pars distalis part of adenohypophysis and this pars posterior or neurohypophysis. So this anterior pituitary, it has three parts. Majority of part is called as pars distalis. The part that surrounds the neural stalk is called pars tuberalis, and the thin part that lies between this pars distalis and this posterior pituitary is called pars intermedia. This pars intermedia, it is the remnant of the hypophyseal pouch, and it is rudimentary in human beings, but it is prominent in other mammals. Now, coming to this anterior pituitary or adenohypophysis, it has cluster of cells, and they are separated by some empty spaces, that is called sinusoids. Now, this adenohypophysis or pars anterior, it has two type of cells. One is chromophores and another one is chromophils. Chromophores, they do not take stain, so that's why that not stained area, it is made up of chromophores. Okay, lighter area not stained, it is chromophobe. Then another type of cells are chromophils. They do take a stain and they have granules. Depending on the staining property or staining characteristics of these chromophils, they are of two types: acidophils and basophils. Acidophils, they take eosin stain, okay, and they looks pinkish. They are eosinophilic. So this pinkish pink part, it is made up of acidophils. Okay, so in this anterior pars anterior or adenohypophysis, wherever you see this pink part, okay, these are acidophils. And the other cells that take basic stain are basophils, okay, that is dark in color, they appear basophilic. Okay, so this bluish color or it is taking basic stain and it is darker. Okay, and because this basic stain is taken up by their nucleus, so it appears dark, and these cells are basophils. And darker these darker stained cells are called basophilic cells. Now the part just behind this pars distalis and in between this pars distalis and this pars posterior or pars neurohypophysis is called as pars intermedia. This pars intermedia, it has some colloid filled vesicles. So this pars intermedia, here you will find some colloid filled vesicles. Okay, so it is pars intermedia. Now coming to this posterior part of pituitary, that is called as neurohypophysis or pars posterior. It is made up of unmyelinated nerve fibers. Okay, here you can see various unmyelinated nerve fibers, and their cell bodies are located in the supraoptic nuclei of hypothalamus. In between these unmyelinated nerve fibers, you can see some dark spots. These are pituocytes. Okay, these pituocytes are of variable shape and size, and you can see only some dark spots. Their cytoplasm is barely visible. So to sum up, in this slide you should see the pituitary gland. It is surrounded by a connective tissue capsule, and it has two parts, anterior part and posterior part, and three zones: pars anterior or adenohypophysis, pars posterior or neurohypophysis, and pars intermedia. This pars intermedia is basically part of this adenohypophysis. Adenohypophysis, it is differentiated into three divisions. Major part is pars distalis, and the part that surrounds the neural stalk is called pars tuberalis, and the part that lies behind this pars distalis and in between this pars posterior or neurohypophysis and pars distalis is pars intermedia. That has this pars intermedia has colloid filled some cysts. So in this pars intermedia you will see colloid filled cysts. Okay, and in the posterior part of this pituitary gland, that is called a neurohypophysis, you can see unmyelinated nerve fibers, and in between these unmyelinated nerve fibers pituocytes are also present. These pituocytes are of various shape and size. In this adenohypophysis, acidophil cells, they produce somatotrophs, that is growth hormone, and mammotrophs, that is prolactin, while basophils, they produce adrenocorticotropic hormone and thyroid stimulating hormone, gonadotrophs, that is FSH and LH. This pars intermedia, that is colloid filled cyst, it produces MSH, that is melanocyte stimulating hormone. And this posterior part, that is pars posterior or neurohypophysis, it stores vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone, ADH. This slide is slightly difficult as compared to other slide, so you have to focus in this zone where you can find adenohypophysis, pars intermedia and neurohypophysis. Okay, and in pars intermedia you will see these colloid filled cysts. Okay, so now I think you can identify pituitary gland and you can elaborate features of pituitary gland.